This video is all about naming directional valves. Hi guys, so this is your Uni, and today mag-aaral na naman tayo. So first, what are directional valves? Directional valves, also known as directional control valve or DCV, are mechanical or electromechanical devices used in hydraulic and pneumatic systems to control the direction of signal flow within a circuit. By managing which path the pressurized fluid or air takes, these valves determine the movement and function of actuators such as pneumatic cylinders or hydraulic motors, enabling machinery to perform tasks like lifting, pressing, or rotating. So for the context, saan nga ba makikita ang mga directional valves sa pneumatic system? So we have here the elements of a pneumatic system. So of course, we have yung supply, input, process, and output. Sa supply, dito natin makikita yung compressor at air service unit. Sa input, dito natin makikita yung mga push buttons, sensors, and proximity switches. And then sa process, dito natin makikita yung mga directional valves, pressure and control valves, timers, silencers, and sequencers. And then for our output, we have yung mga cylinders natin. Okay, so typically, ginagamit ang directional valves dito sa tatlo: input, process, and output elements. So here are a few examples of directional valves. These are the typical ones that are used in studying pneumatics sa university. So paano nga ba mag-name ng directional valves? First step is to determine the number of ports and openings. Then, number of positions. Then, method of actuation and method of return. So first, ano nga ba ang ports? So ito yung typical na mga nakikita natin sa pneumatic simulator. So 3 ports kasi tatlo yung pathway ng signal. 4 ports kasi apat yung pathway ng signal. And then 5 ports kasi 5 yung pathway ng signal. Sa ports natin, typically dun sa number 1, dun kinakabit yung supply. And then sa number 2, or yung even numbers, 4, 2, yan yung mga outputs papunta sa cylinders. And then yung 3 at 5, mga odd numbers, dyan kadalasan yung exhaust. Next is the number of position. Number of position also represents yung number of boxes. So for this, we have 2 positions and 3 positions. 2 positions kasi dalawa lang yung boxes. 3 positions kasi tatlo yung boxes. Next, after determining the number of ports and number of position, nilalagay din natin kung normally closed or normally open kapag 3-2-way yung valve natin. Kapag 5-2-way yung valve natin or 4-2-way, kadalasan hindi na siya inilalagay. So in this slide, I will show you ano nga ba ang difference ng normally closed at normally open. So, kapag normally closed, katulad nga lang sinabi ko kanina, dito sa number 1, dito natin kinakabit yung supply. Then, sa number 2, yung output. So, sa normally closed, as you can see here, naputol yung signal flow. Unlike dun sa normally open, tuloy-tuloy lang yung signal flow. Kaya siya normally closed kasi nga, ayun, naputol yung signal flow. And then sa normally open, tuloy-tuloy lang yung signal flow. Next is the mode of actuation and mode of return. Ang mode of actuation ay kadalasang nakita sa left side ng directional valve, and then ang mode of return naman ay kadalasang nakita sa right side ng directional valve. So for example, at double solenoid operation, pareho siyang solenoid actuated and solenoid return. So ito yung mga kadalasan ng ginagamit. Ito yung mga symbols na kadalasan ginagamit para i-represent yung mode of actuation and mode of return. So I have here a few exercises which you can try naming. So first we have this example. This is a 3-2-way normally closed pneumatically actuated spring return directional valve. 3-2-way kasi 3 ports, tatlo yung signal path, and then 2 kasi dalawa yung positions or boxes. And then since 3-2-way yung directional valve natin, ilalagay natin kung normally closed or normally open siya. So for this example, it is a normally closed directional valve. And then, mode of actuation, pneumatically actuated. Mode of actuation, again, nasa left side. And then, mode of return, spring return, left side. So again, this is a 3-2-way, normally closed, pneumatically actuated, spring return directional valve. Next example. This is a 3-2-way, normally closed, pneumatically actuated on both sides directional valve. So again, 3 kasi 3 yung ports natin. 2 kasi 2 yung positions or boxes. And then since it is a 3-2-way valve, ilalagay natin kung normally closed siya. And for this example, it is a normally closed directional valve. And then, mode of actuation and mode of return, parehong pneumatically actuated on both sides. Next example, an example of a combination of directional valve. So this example is an example of a 5-2-way single solenoid pneumatically actuated on one side with manual override spring return directional valve. So 5-2-way kasi 5 ports, 2-way kasi 2 positions or 2 boxes. And then since 5-2-way na siya, hindi na natin ilalagay kung normally closed or normally open. Direction na agad tayo dun sa mode of actuation niya. For this example, ang mode of actuation niya ay nasa left side, which is a solenoid, pneumatically actuated, and manual override. And then our mode of return, which is a spring. So again, this example is a 5-2-way single solenoid pneumatically actuated on one side with manual override, spring return directional valve. And lastly, we have a 5-2-way pneumatically actuated on both sides directional valve. So 5-2-way kasi 5 yung ports, 2 yung positions, and then parehong pneumatics yung actuation. So again, this is a 5-2-way pneumatically actuated on both sides directional valve. Study hard, stay humble, and let your results speak.